Okay, here we go for yet another run on the Supreme Vintage Cube Streets. This pack is quite terrible. I think I'm supposed to take Mind Twist and Subtlety. Subtlety, sometimes, good free interaction, sometimes just 4 mana, delay the opponent's play, put some power into play. Like, you can definitely consider taking something like Oliphant and Imperial Seal as well. I'm going to go for these two, see where that takes me. Okay, so Remand is a lock, and I think I'm just going to take the Esper land. I think getting the mana in spots where I'm not taking it over anything crazy instead of, like, rushing towards the end is the way to go. Okay, Easy Mox Pearl. And maybe this is just where we take Bloodstained Mire and we say, no Tolarian Academy. Maybe kind of not ideal, but I think it has some value to get your mana into place. Let's take Preordain for sure. And what about the next pick? So I can see Ancient Tomb, not too big on that card though. I can see something like Bitter Triumph is not terrible. Let's take our first Bitter Triumph of the season. I actually think it's good. Okay, so if we're staying blue-black, Lauren revealed for sure. It's like we really want Underground Sea now. And I wonder what we're supposed to take. We could take Deep Cavern Bats, which is kind of not impressive on the surface, but it does take the opponent's best card and kind of chips away at their life total. Now we can take double cheap Disruption. Like that a lot. We're taking a lot of black cards though. Have to think about that. Have to take that Watergrave. Like, that's just not up for discussion. And then I think it's Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor over Cryptic Command. Let's do that. Mana Crypt. So now, basically, I can say I'll try and splash red because this card is awesome. Or I can say I want to find some, like, Bowmasters, Narset, Hullbreacher, Shieldred, and Time Twister. I feel like I can do a little bit of Garrix shenanigans here. We already have a Bloodstained Mire, so should be possible. This pack is not ideal. Okay, this draft is not going as smooth as some of the others, and maybe that's kind of cool. Dig Through Time with infinite 1-for-1s should be good. Let's add that to the fold. Dig Through Time's way better than Jace, in my opinion. Windswept Heath might help us down the line. Right now, it goes for Rafine's Tower, and maybe it can do more. Yeah, let's try that. Liber Alexandria is awesome. So Windswept Heath is now a red source, but Sacred Foundry is kind of a bad card in the deck in general, so maybe that's not how we want to play. I'm thinking Snapcaster Library here. I'm not convinced Empiric Tutor is going to be good in our deck. Or, good enough. Oof, very bad pack. But I guess Proving Grounds is good because Windswept Heath then fetches red-black. So let's take that card and not be too sad. Lightning Bolt. Expressive Iteration. I kind of don't feel like I have enough red sources to run either of those. Snuff Out, maybe? Okay, let's try Snuff Out. It doesn't kill Bowmasters and Sheldred, which is pretty huge. Ooh, this pack is ugly. I'm gonna take something like Talisman and Grim Monolith. Those are not ideal cards to play with, in my opinion. Miscalculation is ideal to play with. I like that card. Let's see. Pest Infestation. I have 1, 2, 3 sources for it already, and I think that's like a game breaker. Like Pest Infestation. Yeah, this is not good. Hullbreacher is awesome. Badlands should be awesome. Let's see if Flooded Strand can do better. Flooded Strand is currently Esperland. Maybe it's better to have the matching duel then. Mana Drain and Sapphire. That's pretty perfect. This is going to be the lowest blue count I've seen, like, in my decks. That's kind of sad. Let's take Jace, Ren's Prodigy, and what? Fatal Push? This is going to be the most fair deck in history. 1, 2, 3 pieces of power. 2 packs left. Ooh, we could be in for a spanking today. Fatal Push. We already have double removal. Let's take Dress Down. So we do get a Black Lotus and a Bowmaster before closing time. Okay. And this is the last pack. I actually thought the previous one was the last pack. So Verdant is great in this deck. And what am I taking here? Since, I mean, Karakas is good, but it doesn't give me any relevant mana. Let's see, 9 plus... Yeah, I think if I take the Tidebinder, I'll be fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4... 4 pieces of power. This is going to be a struggle, but that's cool. I like a challenge. So let's quickly see here. How many green sources do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's okay for Pest Infestation. It puts a kind of a lot of pressure on the Proving Grounds, but that's how it is. Let's see how many red sources I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's cool. And black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 black already. How many blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blue already. So I want to get to 10. And then 1 black, and we're ready to rumble. Okay, I mean, this'll be a challenge. I'm happy to take it on. We definitely are not gonna just destroy our opponent fast and brutal like the 3 previous drafts. But yeah, that's cool. I hope you guys will enjoy the matches. See you there. All right, round 1. I would in fact like to play first. So I think because I have Library of Alexandria, it's worth not having up Spell Pierce turn 1. I think if I Spell Pierce something, I just have like mana sources left, so I kind of need the library to get into the game. Oof, great card. Ragavan. Card is nasty. The good thing is my deck has a lot of removal spells compared to like the average Supreme deck. So let's see. Now what do I do? 7, go down to 6. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same theory. Okay, so if I take the Proving Grounds, I have both green and black. Like that. Let's snuff out the monkey. I'm at 6 cards. Once again, I'm holding my breath. And if I get to turn the corner, I feel like I'm winning pretty handily. Wow, okay. This may be the first, like, true aggro deck I've faced. Okay. I don't necessarily think I have a great matchup against that deck. Preordain. Draw. Let's play Mox. So now, yeah, I feel like I should just preordain. It's going to see a lot of cards. Hull Breacher is a good one. Yeah, maybe this is time to get off the library and kind of preserve our life total a little bit. Play that, play that. Yeah, I'm super scared here. Because now I'm going to have to use my Hull Breacher as a removal spell. Soul Ring. So basically, I'm hoping my opponent plays into a Spell Pierce here. That is not playing into a Spell Pierce. Okay, so the opponent's mono red. That's super interesting. Let's play Hull Breacher. Go to 6. 6 life. The opponent has a Swift Spear. I think I'm holding on to the Revealed. If I brick, I can kind of draw 3 cards. What are the chances I'm spell piercing anything this turn? Not that great, I think. Draw 3. Almost, almost. Ooh, mono red. That's amazing. Yeah, the opponent really did it to me here. That is scary. Very scary. The opponent could have sacrificed Soul Ring for lethal there. I'm not sure I can take advantage of that misstep. Nope. Then I have Menace. Yeah, this is over. Okay. Okay, okay. Mono red doing it to me. Actually, this is a terrible matchup. All of my cards are kind of ready for, like, have Duress, Pest Infestation, Subtlety. Like, I have all of these cards that, like, good against big plays. I don't have any, like, beefy stuff like, what do I know? Ursa Saga, Oko. Yeah, I'm gonna get smoked here, I feel like. Okay, this is a hand. I think I'm really gonna get taught a lesson this match. The thing is, I don't have enough like fast mana to kind of compensate. So even just what my opponent just did, yeah, no spell peers up, will just feel like it's too much. We can cycle revealed. We don't have. Unfortunately, I don't have snuff out. Turn one Bombardier. So the opponent is playing basically Legacy Red. That's cool. Let's have a look at the hand. I realize my opponent can just sacrifice an artifact to kill the bat, but I still think it's fine. Yeah, Bombardier is a hell of a card here. So the opponent can sack a Mox to just kill my bat, which is pretty nice. They don't, which is interesting. Okay. Mox is not a terrible draw, not a great draw either. So I'm looking to do some good things here with Tidebinder. Hellrider. Yeah. Very, very bad. So let's see, play Binder. I don't think this works, to be honest. Yeah, it's 3 triggers. Oh, okay. So they all kind of go away. That's kind of cool. The opponent can, once again, they could have sacrificed to kill before blocks. What's going on here? I think I know what's going on. I'm getting stomped. Now I have a Hull Breacher. I have to double block over there and hope my opponent doesn't activate. It's kind of strange playing. This is unwinnable if the opponent realizes how to use the Bombardier. Oh, ooh. Yeah, this was a very, very big beating. Hull Breacher. Double block. The opponent rearranges. I take 8. So now yeah, once again, the opponent could have finished me off. No, almost. Okay, I gain 1 life here. Strange game. I can't think of a draw that gets me out of this. Snapcaster, nothing. All right, that was a severe beating. Pretty cool to see something like off meta going mono red. Pretty cool. That definitely did the trick against me. Let's see if we can get some wins on the board. Okay, round 2. After getting schooled by mono red, I'm back for more here. I have a good hand. I can develop my tap land, hold up Pierce turn 1, even have Snuff out in a pinch. Then I can go get my next land drop, hold up Drain, and then Hull Breacher. Pretty sick flexibility with this hand. Lots of like cheap spells, free spells, good stuff to do all around. Let's see what we're up against. Let's see if the meta has changed from Grixis Draw 7 Bonanza to Mono Red. Okay, double Mox. Double Mox pass, okay. Let's cycle. Can't remember if I have any better land than just Island. Am I ever going to use double black on the same turn? And is that worth taking 2 damage for? I don't want to take... Well, the 2 damage I don't care too much about, but it's like the way it's kind of representing certain cards that I want my opponent to actively play into. Let's say I shock myself for a Water Grave here, then all of a sudden Drain and Hull Breacher are going to be higher on their list, so to speak. Opponent plays land first, then passes the turn. The draw go can only go on for so much longer, but I'm happy to do that. Orcish Bowmasters. Nuthout doesn't do anything against it. But to be fair, I don't have that much draw. I'll just let this happen and see what the opponent's plan is. If I get twisted, I feel like twisted. Yeah, then what do I do? Good question. Mox? Pass the turn, okay. So I think this is where I play my Hull Breacher and crack for a Tri-land. If I get countered, so be it. Get leaked, sure. Crack. Draw another land. It's not ideal. I mean, I can take the damage from these guys for a while, but at some point I have to do something. Also, I could have drained it right away when the opponent played it, but actually, like sitting on it and trusting my deck to beat that card over a lot of turns, like it's 9 attack steps or something along those lines. The opponent now knows what's up, which is bad because I have to act. The opponent has creatures in play, and they know about all of my interactive stuff. When it goes Ponder, I think I have to accept that. Yeah, Snuffout looked real bad against Bowmasters. Good against a lot of other stuff, though. But it's not like ideal to put Snuffout in your Supreme deck. No shuffle from the opponent. So I'm doing fine on cards. The problem is the opponent is kind of clocking away. Really need to draw like a creature to stem the bleeding. Think I go get tap Water Grave before my turn. Lurus with nothing in the yard. That is not a card I was hoping to drain. Gotta say that. So let's go for tap, cycle, end of turn. Maybe I should have done that on the main phase. I can't remember if I have any creatures that are like bad with dress down. Yeah, this is horrible because if I play it now, my opponent has like, what do I know, memory lapse or whatever. Spell Pierce is live, but the dress down is in play, so no such luck. I'll do it on my opponent's upkeep though. If my opponent untaps here and have like counter spell, stuff like that. Oh, I can do it on end step. Okay, perfect. I'll stop complaining. Play the Bowmaster now because I have Pierce, so if I get 2 mana countered, I'm doing great. Okay, so as it's the case with Legacy or Vintage, the best answer for Orcish Bowmasters is oftentimes Orcish Bowmasters, so maybe we can get into a draw-go situation that is going to favor me when I draw not Bloodstainmire. I don't know. I feel like if I attack, I'm fine with the trade. If my opponent takes the damage and they attack, I'm fine with the 1 damage and they can start attacking for 2. But it's very small margins here, to be honest. Vampiric Tutor. This can only mean, like, a bad thing. Absolute worst that could happen here is the opponent reanimating Lurrus, because that means access to Orcish Bowmasters as well. And then it's gonna be over. So please no reanimate or animate dead here, opponent. Of course, far worse things can happen, like, I don't know, Tinker Portal or something. Tinker Portal, then reanimate the Lurrus, then replay Bowmasters, then kill me with my own Hull Breacher, stuff like that. Is this Minsk and Boo? Oh, it's Metamorph. So that's pretty funny. So Bowmasters got killed by Bowmasters, which will now get killed by Bowmasters. This is Legacy. I thought this was Supreme Vintage Cube. Yeah, Bowmaster gone. Opponent is looking like someone who's holding up a counter. Yeah, that is not the best draw. I'll pass here, not looking to trade damage with the Bowmaster. And here's a Mystical Tutor. Huh, the opponent with the double top deck Tutor deck. I'm not a great fan of those. They can be fine, of course, in a pinch. But generally, if you expect like the games to be very attrition-based, you trading resources, I play a big spell, the opponent counters, they play a big spell, I counter, then the top deck tutors can be, yeah, not that great. But obviously, if you're looking to echo with a Bowmaster in play, can be just what the doctor ordered. I'll go to 9. Oof, Snuff Out looks terrible when the game is all about Bowmasters. And here comes 6 mana Echo that I have to counter. Next turn comes 3 mana Echo that I can't counter. So I have to really find something spicy now. That is not something spicy. Okay. We go to sideboard. We play against a blue-black deck with a bit more power than me, but that's fine. Can't do anything sideboarding-wise. Yeah, let's just draw a little better, I guess. The deck can't really... The deck's draws cannot just win by itself that often compared to other decks. I have to get into like some nitty-gritty situation. Realistically, excuse me, to win the game. Love the opponent's name, Shoulder Boy. Yeah, Mind Twist without a lot of fast mana is not really ideal, but who knows? Maybe I can get into a situation where get library active, duress my opponent, demonic tutor for something like Mana Crypt, then the turn after, get rid of a bunch of cards from the opponent's hand, stuff like that. I never looked at this artwork before, but it's Mind Twist. It makes a lot of sense, right? Like you become twisted in your mind, and you kind of forget how to, like, let's say we're wizards, right? So you kind of forget how to cast spells because you lost the spells, like discarding wise. I really love how, like when there's a connection between like the card's name, the art, and what it actually does in the game. I think that's pretty sick. Something I didn't think about like just a few years ago. So turn 1 library, hope nothing terrible happens turn 1. That's like the formula. The opponent sees what's up. So getting library active with some 1-for-1 action, like cheap interaction, like that's the dream. That's how you want to in normal Vintage Cube as well. That's how you want to draft around library. It's like cheap discard, cheap removal, cheap counters. The more you can 1-for-1, while just keeping your hand at a maximum, you're winning most likely. Ooh, I'm not gonna play that Mox, I believe, because now I'm at 6 cards. I want to have library active. Okay, I'm gonna take the Reservoir. Let my opponent keep the draw 7. Yeah, the opponent has a terrible hand here. Mind Twisting now becomes way less interesting, I would say. What did the opponent find here? Lurrus? Okay, the opponent found Lurrus. Nothing to do with it, though, which is the good news. Let's draw a card. Subtlety, a bit too late. So let's see. What can I do here? I can go Demonic Tutor, develop Triland. Let's see. What can I Demonic Tutor for? The opponent has to draw 7 in hand, but that's okay. So basically, I could just go play fair and find something like Bitter Triumph. I don't think that's unreasonable. I feel like if I can stall the game, I'm winning, clearly. Let's just fetch right away. I don't have double blue, but that double blue is pretty easy to find, so I think it's better to get green into play. The dream is kind of, my opponent doesn't play a big spell here, and I get to keep the library active. Okay. You have to remember the opponent has a draw 7 next turn. That might not be the end of the world if they're doing that into my open mana. I do draw Spell Pierce, which is not bad. Okay, let's draw. See if we can hit something exciting. We didn't really do that, to be honest. Maybe yeah, I'm at 8 cards, so let's Bitter Triumph the Lurrus. Pass, holding up Spell Pierce for the hard cast, and then yeah, it was sad I didn't get to develop my mana here, but maybe, just maybe, the library can do some good work here. So let's see. I might. What happens if I pass the turn? The opponent's going to flashback. I'm going to accept. Yeah. Definitely not ideal that the opponent's going to resolve a draw 7 here, but I have library active and we can kind of play, even though I'm behind on mana. So the situation is not ideal. The perfect situation would be that I had some kind of way to counter. Oh. That card is very strong. I feel like I should draw. No, not draw with library. Subtlety, pitch. No. Maybe it's okay, and I dress down the Bowmaster. Okay, we try and let this resolve. Then I dress down. We kind of play from there. Great draw from the opponent, right? And I can't even miss calculation here. Let's play dress down. We get new cards. I'm ready to have library active again. Okay. This is probably not going to do it, to be honest. Like, the opponent playing some kind of storm deck with a fresh grip. Way ahead on mana. Can't kill the Bowmaster. I can duress my opponent. Yeah, miscalculation is not really... Duressing the Reservoir. Okay, the opponent has a bad hand, though. Metamorph. Displacer Kitten. And a bunch of lands. Am I? Yeah, that's the thing. Am I even supposed to library here? I'll pass. Kitten can kind of keep blinking Bowmasters. It's gonna kill me, that's the thing. Academy, I don't care too much about. Like, I've just accepted my opponent's way ahead on mana a long time ago. And with their hand, it doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, it's funny, like, sometimes you get, like, these scrappy games where just playing a few creatures will do the job. And sometimes you really have to, like, do your absolute best. Okay, the opponent even... So interesting. I feel like I have to drain that card. Maybe... Yeah, it takes so much damage here because I believe I only have... Yeah, shock. Yeah, I'm gonna draw with library. Reluctantly gonna draw with library. And I'm gonna drain the Metamorph. And I'm gonna take 3 damage. Big problem. Now I have all the mana in the world, but nothing to do with it. 4 mana Kitten, sure. The opponent has 3 basic lands in hand, but they're winning handily. They are indeed winning handily. Huh. So let's see. Draw. Lauren Reveal, that's so funny. Because that'll put me at 1. So the only way I can win this game is something to do with... what's the card called? Fromho Seed Shark, I would imagine. So I go 0. Oh, I already had a bunch of mana, okay. From Drain, I forgot about that. So let's do that, go to 1. I'm at 1 life, I understand. Not ideal. So I did draw Orcish Bowmasters. That card can kill the opponent's Bowmaster. Let's play Orc. Kill Orc. Now I can play... I mean, the lands in my opponent's hand, they don't matter. I want to play Jaceron's Prodigy. Can basically never activate... Let's kill that right away. I can never activate... Well, in my mind, the Bowmaster was still in play. Okay, that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll be fine. Let's see if the opponent draws something sick. There's one of the basics we knew about. I have to chum block. Now I have, like, pretty good stuff to do. Lauren Revealed out of the yard. Dig through time even. Okay. Okay, let's see. Activate Run's Prodigy. Discard Mana Crypt. Do I just go for a draw 3 out of the yard? Or do I go for dig through time? I feel like I go for dig through time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mana Drain or Snuff Out in the yard? Good question. Dig through time on the stack. The opponent could have found a counter. That makes sense. They have basic lands and 1 unknown. Subtlety. Yeah, all of these... Funnily enough, these cards... I guess the double block will get the job done. Double block? Is that really good? Double Breacher and Patebinder? Doesn't look very good. These cards are not super exciting. So how do I turn the corner of this game? It's not insane for me to think that going draw 3 this turn is useful. But if I do that, I'll have to take the island, flashback, lure, and reveal out of the yard. Hold my breath. Jump block with the Bowmaster. Maybe I do that. Take the subtlety. Lure and reveal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw 3. Memory lapse. Good one. So I wonder if I actually draw that card. If it's counter this way. Yeah, I think if it was a remand, it would be gone, but I think I actually draw it next turn. Alright, so the opponent has 2 basics. I'm chum blocking with Bowmasters, and then we kind of have to go from there. Not ideal. Not ideal. Maybe I could have done a better job, like, trying to turn the corner. Island. The opponent found a draw. I didn't hope that. Okay. That's gonna do it. The opponent just destroyed me with board presence. I don't know. It feels kind of weird losing with 6 cards in hand, but I don't know. The last turn, maybe I could have done a better job, but I'm really not sure. This was kind of tough. Like, once you fall behind on board, these decks are not that great. And it turns out, yeah, I didn't have enough like power to compensate for that fact, and I didn't play well enough to overcome it. That's what happens sometimes. All right, quick O2 here, and that's going to send me to the showers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, regardless of the result. That's usually how I approach it. It's awesome to win, but if I do my best in order to win, then that's good enough for me. And then the chips will fall as they will. And this time, came out to the advantage of the opponent. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time, guys.